So let me get everything I need to set up. All right, so big movements today. That means we got like a lot going on. The circuit is going to be 60 seconds on, 20 seconds off. But within that 60 seconds, we're going to be going, doing one side, then the other. The thing that you'll need, or what you'll need, is basically one weight. A kettlebell is better than a dumbbell, but you can do it with a dumbbell too. So whatever you have at home. So it's in the chat there. So the first exercise is a kettlebell clean to reverse lunge. So we're going to do a lot of things that are combined today. So you combine one movement with another just to get your whole body working. So kettlebell clean, a one-hand clean, looks like this. So it's you're going to go from the floor actually. So you start the kettlebell on the floor. With one hand, you pull it up. Okay, you're going to generate most of that with your legs. Right, so we're here. It's going to come up quick, and you just kind of fold it into this spot here. If you're holding a dumbbell, you'll just pull the dumbbell up and kind of hold it here. So after you do the kettlebell clean, you're going to do one reverse lunge on each side, and then we go back down to the floor. Tap, come back up, one reverse lunge on each side, tap to the floor, and come back up. If you're not going all the way to the floor, that's okay. We can just do a little swing and pull it up into here. So that's the kettlebell clean with the alternating reverse lunge. Side plank with a pullover. If you have a smaller weight around, it'd be good to have it. Hey, knock it off. If you have a smaller weight, we're just going to do a side plank. You can also just use your hand here. The pullover is this. Okay, so if you have a weight, you're going to be moving the weight with a totally straight arm, and try to not let it affect your plank. Right, so your plank should be solid, staying right where it is, and you're moving the weight around you. So if you have like a smaller weight, like a 5, 10, maybe even a 15, you can use it for that. Or just do the side plank and move your arm without the weight. SLDL plus a row. So you're going to hinge. So you're going to hinge over. So it's just the plain SLDL. If you're holding the weight in your right hand, your right leg is going to go back. Once you get to the bottom, we do one row. Ooh, that's a bad demo. And come back up to the top. So we hinge here, pull your elbow up to the ceiling, come up. So you got to be able to hold your balance for at least about 2 seconds. So once we get to 30 seconds within the circuit there, once we hit 30 seconds, we'll switch sides with that. I'll always call halfway because most of this stuff we're going to have to change sides. Lateral lunge to press. So the last one, there's only 4 exercises here, but like I said, we're combining a lot of movements. So lateral lunge to press. So you're holding the weight up top. If you're holding a dumbbell, you'll just kind of hold it off your body. Lateral lunge, so you step out, and then when you get back to here, press up and hit the ceiling. Okay, just watch your ceiling. Step out, and then come and press up. Okay, so it's 60 seconds, but everything we're gonna do one side, then the other. And we're combining a lot of different movements. So should get your heart rate up quite a bit this morning. We're gonna go 5 times through for a total of, I don't know, around 22 to 24 minutes, somewhere in there. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and jump on the roller. Any questions on any of that? Okay. Rhonda, glad you made it. All right, so just on the roller, let's start from the bottom. So we're going to work our way up from your feet, just rolling out your calves. Remember, you can work your way up and down on the roller. You can also, like if these are my legs, you can let the roller go up and down. You can also kind of wave in and out, just pulling those tissues in different ways. If you want, you can roll over and get the front of your shins. So like that nice meaty part on the outside of your shins. It also works well just to kind of run your thumbs up and down there too. Once you give your calves a once over, you can move up to behind your thighs. So just rolling out your hamstring. And let's work our way up. So we're sitting on top of the roller here. We're going to leave one leg straight. Let me back up so you can see. Sitting on top of the roller, one leg's going to go straight. And you're going to sit right up on top of the roller. And that leg that's straight, we're going to be rolling the connection so where your hamstring plugs into your butt bone. So we're going to be working on the leg that's straight. Find that spot where the hamstring plugs into your hip bone. We're just rolling back and forth there, making sure we're getting that attachment. And let's repeat that on the other side. So our leg is out straight. We're working on the straight leg side here. So I've shifted my weight over to that side. Just kind of rolling where you feel your hamstring or that big long tendon that goes all the way up the back of your leg plugs into the bones that you sit on. All right, from there, let's cross an ankle over your knee, tilt to one cheek. So I've got my right leg crossed over. I should be rolling out my right cheek. And switch sides. When you're warming up, the whole goal is, you don't have to spend time on every spot. So if you're rolling over a spot and it feels pretty good, or you feel like you're not getting much out of it, let's move on. Because once you find a spot that does give you a little bit of a jump, you can spend time there. And that's going to be time better used. All right, let's roll over. We'll get the front of your thighs. So we're rolling up and down the front of your leg. We'll do one at a time. So move that roller off to the side, rolling up and down one side. You can tilt to the inside a little bit, tilt to the outside a little bit. Just trying to get that roller to pass over every part of your thigh. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Okay. Good. All right, let's just get up to your upper body. So put that roller behind your shoulder blades. And rolling up and down over your shoulder blades. Then as you're rolling, you're going to lift one arm and tilt to that side just a little bit. So we should be kind of rolling out this muscle that goes down the side of your ribs. Okay. So hopefully we've gotten both sides. Let's move the roller off to the side. Go through a few warm-up movements here. All right, so we're gonna do a cat-cow. So right now I'm on all fours, hips at 90 degrees, hands directly under your shoulders. Okay, you're gonna push the middle of your back up towards the ceiling. Look back between your knees. So you're arching up like a cat. And then we're gonna drop that, drop the middle of your back or drop your belly button down towards the floor. So we kind of flip that inside out. Now we're arched back, looking forward. And we'll just cycle between the two of those. Really pushing the heels of your hands down into the floor to arch up. And then dropping that belly button down, tailbone goes up towards the ceiling, looking forward. Let's cycle through that one more time. So this is a nice, easy way to keep some spine mobility. All right, let's reach your hands out in front of you, sit your butt back towards your heels. From there, we're gonna keep your butt glued to your heels, walk your hands out to one side. So as you're holding this stretch, you should be feeling a stretch down the outside of your ribs on the side that you're reaching away from. And let's go ahead and reach those hands to the other side. All right, coming back to the middle, let's put your hands up under you. Butt's still gonna be on your heels. All right, we're gonna reach up with your thumb, up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna wrap around and try to get your hand to hover off of your low back. So try not to touch your low back here. So we reach out with your thumb towards the ceiling. And then as you're coming around, your palm's gonna face the ceiling. So you kind of roll your hand over, palm facing the ceiling, hand just off your low back. So we'll just cycle through there. Starting to warm up your shoulders. You should end up with your elbow bent. You're almost trying to reach your hand up your back. Let's switch sides. So that thumb goes up to the ceiling, taking it around. Try to reach up as high as you can on your back without touching your back. And good, let's take a knee. So coming up nice and tall on one knee. Tucking your tailbone under, getting a good stretch down your hip flexor. Shouldn't take too much, you shouldn't have to lean way forward into it. If you're leaning that far forward, it's, you probably got your tailbone sticking out, so we want to tuck that under. Once you get your stretch, we're going to put hands up on top of your head. From here, we're going to tilt away from your side that's down, right? So whatever knee is up, tilt to that side. Think about trying to point your ear and your elbow down at the floor. And we just go through reps here. We'll go for about 15 seconds. When you tilt, you should feel a stretch down the side that you're tilting away from. And let's switch sides. Okay, getting that stretch first. Make sure the whole time you're doing this, you're always getting that hip flexor stretch. It's kind of the main goal here. Staying tall that whole time, don't let your head pull forward. All right. From that half kneeling, we're gonna move into a push-up position. Let's stack your feet, put one foot on the floor, the other foot is gonna stack right up on top. All right, so from here, we're gonna rock forward so that you're really curling those toes under. So we're kind of mobilizing your big toe here. Okay, so you're rocking forward. Rock back so your heel reaches down towards the floor for a calf stretch. Then we're going to push your heel or hips up towards the ceiling for a big hamstring stretch. So there's three things. We'll rock forward, really bending those toes. Drop your heel down to the ground. Reach your hips up towards the ceiling. All right, so cycling through those three things, shifting forward, stretching out those toes. Drop your heel for a calf stretch. Reach your hips up for a hamstring stretch. Let's go one more time. Heel, hips. Good, and switch sides while you're back there. Again, stacking that other foot on top just to help out with the stretch. So we're rocking forward, stretching out that big toe. Drop your heel down for a calf stretch. Hips up to the ceiling. And we'll go through that 4 times. Last one here, rocking forward, heel to the ground, hips up to the ceiling. All right, come on up, walk it up to a standing position. All right, so here we're gonna do a couple of movements, or just get moving and some bigger movements here. So we're gonna take your arm, push it straight out in front of you. Then you're gonna take your opposite knee and squeeze in. So like you're trying to get the heel of your hand to really squish that muscle on your knee. So we're squeezing in between there. All right, from there, you're gonna take it straight back and reach forward. Bring it right through. We usually say like there's a ball of Play-Doh in between the heel of your hand and your knee. You're trying to squish that out into a pancake. And then we reach. We'll go for about 20 more seconds, so go at your speed. As you squeeze, you should feel your abs working too. So it's not just your hip flexor. You should be kind of activating this from your shoulder down to your hip. And good, let's go ahead and switch sides. Squeezing that ball of Play-Doh, smashing it out into a pancake. Then swinging right through. Reaching forward, fingertips straight out in front of you. Let's go about 20 more seconds, so go at your speed. And good. All right, we're gonna step out into a lateral lunge. Step out, getting that groin stretch on one side, a little bit of work on the bending leg. We're gonna come up and turn. So as you turn, so if this foot stepped out, we want you to turn and make the letter T. So the foot that stepped out is gonna become the foot that turns in front and makes the letter T. We're actually turning and rotating over that hip. So right now, this hip is going to rotate in, and we're putting a stretch on that hip. So let's just step out, rotate over, kind of closing your hips over that planted leg. So we're warming up one leg, we're stretching out the other groin, and then hip. All right, last one. Let's go to the other side. Lunging out. Remember, the foot that's lunging is the foot that turns. Okay, good. So I'll talk us through every movement here. We've got 4 movements. We're going to go through 5 times. First one is that kettlebell clean to reverse lunge. So just a reminder. So starting that weight from the floor, ideally, pull it up and kind of into your shoulder here. If you don't have a kettlebell, that's okay. You can use a dumbbell for this too. So after you get it up, you're going to do a reverse lunge with one side, then a reverse lunge with the other side. And then that weight goes down. We pull back up. Okay, so we're combining kettlebell clean and reverse lunges here. Okay, at the 30-second mark, we'll switch sides. And we'll keep going. Then we've got 20 seconds rest after that. Okay? All right, so let's get ready to get started here. Okay, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So pulling that weight from the floor. If you have a dumbbell, you'll be holding it off of your body. If you have a kettlebell, you can lock it right into your shoulder there. 1 reverse lunge with each side. Three seconds till we switch to the other side. Let's go ahead and switch. Remember, if you don't go all the way to the floor, that's okay. You can just make a little kettlebell swing. So swing and pull it up into here. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Next is the side plank with a pullover. So we're just holding that side plank position. Your hand is going to stay in line with your shoulders as you raise, weight or no weight, up to you. Okay, starting in 3 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. So we're raising that weight up, stacking it right up over top. If you don't have a lighter weight, that's okay. We're still holding the side plank. Ten seconds left. To modify this, if needed, we can just bend the knees. So go from your knees instead of straight legs. 2, 1, switching sides. Remember, when we do the side planks, if your legs are straight, we've got the top foot just in front of the bottom foot, right? So your top leg is going to go on the floor just in front of your other leg. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. 20 seconds to rest. SLDL plus a row. So if you're holding in your right leg's gonna go back, we row at the bottom, and come back up. So today is all about combining big movements. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Ten seconds left on this side. 3, 2, 1, switching sides. Six seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lateral lunge to press is next. You're going to do that lateral lunge. So we step out to the side, come back to the middle. Once you're standing, then you're going to press the weight up. Okay, 3 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Ten seconds left on this side. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. If you're not an overhead pressing person, so if overhead press doesn't work for you, just do the lateral lunge and totally knock the overhead press out. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, that's round 1. Working our way back up to the top for round 2. Kettlebell clean to the reverse lunge. Yeah, I looked at my watch. Good. All right, off we go. If you can remember which side you did first last time, try to do the other side first this time. Five seconds. And switch sides. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and time. Side plank is next. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. If you're using a weight on this one, make sure when that weight comes down, it's above your hand or above your elbow. Okay, no, don't get working in front of your chest. You want to be working more in front of your head and face. 10 seconds left. Don't let that weight affect your plank. So every plank should stay solid. 2, 1, switch sides. Every time that weight taps the ground, it should tap the ground above where your elbow is. Or you can call it above your shoulders in front of your face. 5 seconds. And relax. SLDL with the rows next. Try to start with the side that you finished with last time. Three seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Remember, whatever leg goes back, the weight is in that side, or weight is in that hand. Ten seconds. 2, 1, switch sides. Remember, you're not using your hand to row it up. You're using the back of your elbow. Take the back of your elbow up towards the ceiling. Think about your shoulder blade doing a lot of that work for you. 5 seconds. And relax. Lateral lunge with the press is next. That'll finish up round 2. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Step away from the weight. So if you're holding the weight on your right side, you're going to step to your left. Ten seconds. And switch sides. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, back up to the top. Okay, 5 seconds. Clean and reverse lunges. And here we go. Get out of the way. Okay. Go somewhere. Go. Hold that weight up. Ten seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Switching sides. Doesn't really matter which lunge you do first, just as long as you do one of each. Halfway there. Three, 2, 1. Rest. 20 seconds to rest. Side plank is next. Five seconds. 2, 1. And here we go. Top foot is set just in front of your bottom foot. Holding that plank rock solid as the weight moves around you. Halfway done with this side. Switching sides. Make sure your hips are forward, not stuck out behind you. So we should be bent over at the waist here. Want to make sure our hips are forward, nice straight line from your shoulders straight down to your heels. Five seconds. And rest. Okay, SLDL is next. Should be your butt and the back of your legs doing the work on the hinge, and your shoulder blade doing the work on the row. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. Ten seconds. 2, 1, switch sides. Again, you shouldn't be feeling this in your low back. You should be feeling this down the back of your leg and outside your cheek. Halfway there. Five seconds. 2, 1, rest. Lateral lunge to press, coming up. Five seconds. 2, 1, and away we go. Ten seconds left on this side. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Ten seconds. Making sure on your lateral lunge, your toes are pointing forward, not angled out to the side. And rest. Is that our third time through? Okay, that wraps up the third round. We're over halfway. Got 2 rounds to go. Starting back up with a clean. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ten seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Ten left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Side plank is next. Five seconds. And here we go, side plank with a pullover. Remember, you can modify by bending your knees and being on your knee and your elbow. 10 seconds left. Making sure you've got that hip pocket up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. And that weight gets to the top. We want to be stacked right up on top of your shoulders. Five seconds left. And rest. SLDL. For anybody who's wondering, SLDL is stiff leg deadlift. So it means you're not bending your knees as much. Your leg stays stiff as you go through. And here we go. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Making sure the leg that you're standing on is bent a little bit, but it's not going to be squatting or bending as you go through the movement. I know. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Lateral lunge is next. And off we go. Stepping out to that side. Press up when you get to the top. 10 seconds left on this side. Switch sides. Ten seconds. 5, 2, 1. Relax. All right, last round coming up. You've earned yourself a holiday weekend. We will have a cool down and mobility session on Sunday at 10 o'clock. That'll be this link. Okay, here we go. Clean and reverse lunges. Actually, it won't be this link. It'll be the afternoon link. I'll put it in the Facebook group. Two, one, switching sides. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. Side planks next. Five seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. One way to kind of go between both legs bent. Here, if you need to modify, is to straighten the top leg and have your bottom leg bent. So that's kind of the halfway point. But the normal one is going to be 2 legs straight, top foot in front. 3 seconds. Switch sides. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. Stiff leg deadlift is next. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, Here we go. Trying to get your hand just below your knee here, maybe midway down your shin. As long as you're not feeling fatigue in your low back. Got to make sure your weight is in your heel. So you're using your cheek and your hips to do the work, not your low back. 5 seconds. 2, 1, switching sides. Halfway. Three seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Lateral lunge to press is next. Last set for the day. Last minute of work. Okay, getting started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lateral lunge to press. Halfway there. Okay, 5, 4, 3, and switch sides. Last 30 seconds here. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, let's take a second to cool it down here. So like I started to say earlier, tomorrow we're going to have a recovery and mobility session. So we'll go through a bunch of mobility drills, get things loosened up. There'll be a little bit of moving around involved, but mostly we're working on moving really well, getting things to move together. It's the session that MV usually leads on Sundays, but I'll be leading it tomorrow. And so that's going to be the afternoon link. So look for that in the Facebook group. But as we get our breath back here, again, checking in with your posture, making sure shoulders are down. So if you're crunched up here, like if you have your shoulders up by your ears, you're still activating that stress response. So we want to make sure our shoulders are down, breathing into your belly, kind of expanding your whole torso as you breathe. Starting to get that breath back under control. And kind of signaling or kicking off the recovery process. So nice deep breath all the way down into your torso. Making sure we're standing tall, top of your head to the ceiling. Let's take 3 more breaths. And relax. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I would not have predicted in the beginning that we're still doing these circuits on the 4th of July, since this all started back in March. But here we are, and I know you guys are getting a lot out of this too, so it's actually working out really well. So good for you guys for joining us on a holiday, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow at the recovery session. Remember, that'll be the afternoon link. If you're an afternoon person, it's your usual link. If you're a morning person, look in the Facebook group. I'll post it there. Okay? Thanks for joining, everybody. Have a fantastic holiday.